Operating at peak potential in both life and business has massive benefits. Not only do you get what you want much faster than others, but you also enjoy the process more. This video is about 3 non-obvious benefits that you can only harness if you learn how to operate at peak performance. And I believe that in the long term, these 3 things really hold the key of the success you envision. Let's get to it. Hey, I'm Castillo, founder of Selfmastered. We're a high-performance training company that helps entrepreneurs scale their businesses by solving their silent bottleneck, their own performance. We transform the unproductive, overwhelming, and focused entrepreneurs into laser-focused business athletes that can achieve in one day what they previously achieved in 1 week. Today I want to talk about 3 non-obvious benefits of operating at peak performance. Remember that performance is essentially potential minus interference, right? So it is about showing your potential, whatever that potential is, in terms of realized potential, so skills and belief systems you have, or unrealized potential, so skills you're able to learn or beliefs you're able to essentially stop believing, right? When you operate at peak potential, you're essentially showing and giving your all. And when this happens, there's 3 things that I believe really truly matter in giving you a chance for long-term success. Number 1 is that it gamifies the mundane. And this one is absolutely huge because behind every single success story that you admire, Elon Musk, Brunson, Jeff Bezos, Oprah, whatever it is, or whoever it is that you admire the most, there's a 95% of time spent doing mundane work, meaningless tasks, things that have to be done or carried away in order to have a chance of living the cool moments. So the rocket ship going into space, the TV show of Russell Brunson with a naked supermodel on the back for a PR stunt. In order to have the ability to be on those highlights, all of them have paid a very steep price of working through the grind and hustle for, let's say, 95% of the times. When you operate at peak performance, you are looking to do a kind of practice that cognitive psychologists call deliberate practice, which is based on data. You extract KPIs from your practice in order to become better day on day. And when you do this, when you look at the data in order to become better, look data about pretty much everything. So how many emails are able to send per hour? How many phone calls can I do? What is my closing rate? What is my persuasion skills based on whatever it is? When you use data to analyze your performance, you essentially gamify it because you can challenge yourself to do things better or faster or just differently, which illuminates new avenues for growth. So operating at peak performance really gives you the ability of gamifying what otherwise would just be mundane. And the mundane is a rite of passage if what we want to do is have a chance at getting the greener pastures of success. So that's number 1. It gamifies the mundane. Number 2 is that it shortens your learning cycle. So as you've probably heard, you need 10,000 hours to master any skills. And business mastery implies mastering a subset of skills that pertain to business. So let's say marketing, sales, product, operations, finance. The sooner you master them, the easier it's going to be for you to have business mastery. But what if you didn't need 10,000 hours? What if that was a ruse? What if you could do deliberate practice, which is the kind of practice that we mentioned in the first step, in order to shorten that feedback loop? Well, turns out you can. If you operate at peak performance, science says that you can up your productivity up to 5 times on average, right? Taking the baseline of the average low performer and the average peak performer, which means that you can have 5 times more output per unit of time. So instead of 10,000 hours, you may only need 2,000 hours to master any skill, which gives you the ability of shortening your learning curve and therefore having a chance of the success you envision much sooner that would otherwise be expected. So that's number 2. It shortens the learning curve, and that's why I'm so passionate about this topic, because you can truly prove that anything is possible if you're willing to pay the cost in order to get it. And those costs doesn't need to be paid slowly. You can architect the way you perform in order to get there faster. And then third, it shortens your time to rebound. So the time to rebound is an internal metric that we use at Selfmastered with our entrepreneurs, that they're suddenly hit by some sort of obstacle, something that comes their way and they didn't foresee it. And that rocks their ship a little bit. And they need to pause and process it before deciding on a strategy to address it, right? So that happens to all of us. Life is hard, so change is to be expected. The best way of making change work for us is having a very short time to rebound, which means that whatever life throws at you, especially if it's negative, you're able to stop, pause, and decide on the better way of solving the ability fast. And that is a crucial distinction between low performers and high performers. Because low performers, every time they're hit by an obstacle, they take too long to process what happened. So they lose the momentum they may have been getting going for them. And it takes them way more than it will take a top performer to get back on track. And that's how top performers keep winning, because they have inertia working for them. And if they miss on something they had to do, they never miss twice. They're able to quickly rebound. So those are 3 non-obvious benefits of operating at peak performance. 1, it gamifies the mundane, which is already very important because the mundane is really 95% of what we normally do. 2, it shortens the learning curve. It shaves years off your learning curve, which is absolutely crucial if you want to win in this speedy world of business. And finally, 3, it bulletproofs your emotional system because it shortens your time to rebound. You're able to get back on track much faster than someone who is not trained in peak performance, right? So I truly believe that peak performance is the key to fast success in business. Instead of taking 10,000 hours, it can only take you 2,000 hours if you know how to perform at peak performance. So I'd suggest you learn how to do it as soon as possible. And of course, if you like the video and you think this was helpful, I'd love you to share it with someone who you believe might need to hear this, so that person can apply what we just discussed and make positive change in their life and business. So thank you for sharing, and see you in the next video.